What is going on, everybody? We're back with the weekly podcast. We're somehow getting this thing done on time. We even scheduled it ahead of time. We're so on the ball that we have a hard cutoff point. But yeah, that's me. I'm back. I'm Debit. Luis, you're doing something over there, but I can't tell what's going on over there. What's going on?
What's up, bro? Yeah, just in free play, man. Got some scrims later tonight, so chilling, bro. Good to be here. Been 3 weeks in a row is pretty good, That's consistency. So yeah,
Yeah.
happy to be here, bro.
Who would have thought we would have still been doing this after 3 weeks? That's crazy to think about. That we can keep up this consistently. And I feel you. I'm in free play right now too because a little bit of a week 4 drop to you. Uh guys, I'm playing literally 15 minutes after this podcast, so you'll get to see that right after. So the show will not stop. It'll just keep on going. So, as we kick off this podcast, we got to do a little bit of a week 3 recap. Let's just sort of dive right into it.
Yeah, and
I looked at
obviously,
chat for 1 second. I'm sorry. David, stop talking.
no, I'm actually surprised David's in chat. TC's playing, so good to see David in chat. Good to see you, Squatch as well. Welcome. Good to see you in chat as well as Maz. Oh, we got a Playboy Farties. We both Davids here, Debit. So, good to see you guys. But yeah, let's get started with the current standings. Again, we are in week number 4 now. So, Debit, you will be playing your week number 4 game tonight. But of course, the standings are from the first 3 weeks. So, what sticks out to you here, man? I mean, what are you looking at? Apart from, of course, your team being undefeated and top of the table, and apparently y'all have 93 points. So that's quite impressive feat, I must say so myself.
Yeah, my bracket rigging has finally worked. The script is finally working so that we can put the 2 teams that should be on top, the ones that are playing tonight, Steel Army and EM Big Dogs.
Dude, y'all are killing it.
I'm about to say that's not a bug. That's fixed. We're just that good. No, it was doing so good.
Oh no. That's unironically that was like super funny, bro.
I mean, yeah, we could have like quit the season then and there. We didn't have to do anything from there. But no, honestly, I don't want to talk about me. We have like a boring like schedule going on for us. Like we're just sort of taking care of business. Although we will dive in a little bit deeper into that because that's a Los Verdes question rather than a Steel Army question of how good they've been playing recently. One thing, okay, guys, we had this team probably as like the best of the best going in. Timbers Army has a loss, and not only to just anybody, it's to the Rebellion who we power ranked like legit last time. I need to pull up the Giant Eagle receipt that I had it on just to confirm. Yep, I had them last time.
Yeah, I think they were last on both of our lists, Devitt, and of course later on in the podcast we actually do have a power ranking slide, so that's gonna be some visuals to go along with the yapping. So, but yeah, I think the big thing that stands out to me, Devitt, is Timbers Army do have a 1 in the L column again, a team that not only do we both power rank them number 1. No, you had KC number 1, right? Correct?
I had KC number 1.
Okay, yeah, you had KC
Wait,
number 1.
no, I didn't. I have Timbers Army
not?
number 1.
Oh, I think
I
where
flipped
we
you.
differ. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So 2 teams that we both have power ranked in the exact same spot, 1 in the first spot and 1 in the last spot, played. And of course, you see there on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, the Rebellion. They swept TA. So that's the big surprise of the week, of week number 3 of SGL. We both watched that series. I mean, it was going on 2 different streams. I think you had a Polar's perspective from the Rebellion. You had Riot Dog's perspective from Timbers Army, and yeah, it was just a bit of a masterclass from the Rebellion in that series.
Yeah, I was genuinely shocked because, that, like, legit, that was not mainstream. We were just live reacting as the series went on. There was nothing really else to do. And then we're just watching this series, and bang bang, Rebellion just became like the best team in the world for some reason. Polar is back and actually sounds like he's grinding again, which is crazy to think about in the year of our Lord 2025, where we thought he would maybe take a backseat a bit. Oh man, maybe Rebellion are back. Even just moving forward at this point, um, one that I think maybe shocked me a bit. I was really hoping to see more out of that EC Derby that we had going on over here. Ended up becoming
Oh,
a
yeah.
3-0, and maybe it's just a little bit of a EC Eternal not quite meshing together as of late. Either that or ECRC are just back.
Yeah, I think in that series, and I think we said it. I believe I was commentating that game. If not, I was in chat. I obviously watched the match. Is what I'm trying to say, David. It just looked like ECRC. They had Smashley back in the lineup, and he just balled out. Like Smashley put up probably some of the most godly numbers you can put up in a 3-match series in SGL, and it just looked like they were more comfortable on the field. I mean, that ECRC team, David, for numerous seasons now, we're so accustomed to those three playing. Gojo alongside Toe Death with Smashley, and yeah, just Smashley back in the lineup. They looked awesome, and so I don't think it was an indictment on EC Eternals play. Of course, I have a lot of stock in that EC Eternals team. I'm a big fan of Spanky and those boys, but I think it's just ECRC, man. They're back, and I think it's deservedly so. I mean, they played pretty well in some of their losses to TA and KC. So ECRC, welcome back to being one of the best teams in SGL.
Yeah, now we just have such an intense race for the top of that Premier division. I mean, we knew that league was going to be tough, but now we're probably looking at 4 teams, at least probably consistently, that are going to be up toward that top. And so now we just need to watch this, week by week. Because our power rankings are probably going to change. Luis has seen me in frame do this. He saw me writing on the receipt right now, my power rankings. So just to show you how much this can literally change within an instant. Just need to keep track of this every time because I need to see how much this flips. Because I am flipping again, but that'll be for a later discussion.
I do want to mention one more game from week 3. We did see Axe and Rose FC get their first points of the season. It was in a loss. They ended up losing 3-1. I appreciate you going back to the slide to EC Defiance, but Axe and Rose on the board. I thought that they played really well, considering the results they had early on in SGL Championship, and so I'm always glad to see teams get out of any sort of slump. And of course, they ended up losing the series, but it's always good to put up points on the board, and so hopefully for them and those boys, it's a confidence builder going into the rest of SGL Championship season for them. And I want to say they were the last remaining team without a point, and so. Or no, does EC Eternal have a point? I forgot. But I think that they were, again, I think in the championship, they were the only team without a point. And so good for them to get on the board there. And so I just wanted to highlight those boys. I think me and Toad Death were on the call very late at night. It was like a 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time start time for them. So yeah, good to see those guys get their first points.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything to shake off the rust, get rid of any nerves coming this season. As we know, basically a whole brand new team, especially against a Defiance team that's really just shown up this season. Quite the performances that they've had already. This is a good result, all things considered, especially development wise.
No, yeah, for sure. And again, it was the post-game interview from the Axe and Rose side, David. Even though they are at the bottom of the table, the boys seemed in good spirits, and that's one thing that I like to see. Even teams that are getting not the results that they want, to be in good spirits and actually taking the positives from any sort of situation. And I think they took some really good positives from that one game they got. So again, shout out to Axe and Rose SC for that point and for remaining in good spirits.
Absolutely, it's needed by them. They'll get the points further on. They'll be fine. It's all good. Yeah, I know we've highlighted a ton of matchups so far, but I know we'll eventually get the power rankings, the things that you want to yell at us so much to do. I get it. But we got to briefly hop over to our best performers because we have a little bit of a shakeup in a couple areas, especially in the Premier side. But I know within the Championship side, the things are starting to take form, pretty well. I know for at least one of the ways that the Championship is kind of like lining up, staying the same. I'm actually one of those consistent, faces across there right now. But Christian the Plumber is really showing up as one of those top players. Like look out to keep consistent the rest of the season, especially when it comes to just goal participation in general. I know Saikugo benefits a ton from it, and I think end up just might getting Saikugo on those results as well.
Yeah, Christian the Plumber. Not only does he have one of the best names in SGL Season 9, he's one of the best players in the SGL Championship, and so yeah, he's been balling, and good for him. He's been popping into the voice chats and the Discords looking to play. So, yeah, he's grinding, and he's been the standout player for that BNG Old Timers team, who did end up taking a sweep in their last game in week number 3. So they are rolling. I think I said it in the first podcast. It's going to be between Steel Army and the BNG Old Timers for me in terms of contending for the SGL championship title. And so
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of words there. Words are hard for me as I am officially dyslexic. But Christian the Plumber, you're killing it, man. The stats look great.
Oh my gosh! As you see these pop up on your screen, talked briefly about the championship. Seeing Ponzi from EM Big Dogs get on that points per game. Palace showing up strong. Bird Nana got quite a diverse cast. Seeing Bear Blitz on assists. That's his stated goal of the year. So watch out rest of the league there. I'm gonna highlight Nose as well, especially for getting up there on assists. And Devin, especially for probably like the best performance that he had of the week so far. It's really showing up in that assist column. It won't really show up in the goal column, even in a 5 game set with Steel Army. But I think that's one we'll have to probably look out for down the line, especially watching these LV players start creeping up more and more.
Yeah, and I just want to highlight Smashley. I mean, again, he's only played in one series, and it was that series against the EC Eternal. He's got 2.33 goals per game. I mean, that's winning Rock. Okay, that's if you're scoring that many goals per game, you're gonna win a lot of Rocket League games, let alone series. So, shout out Smashley. He was my player of the week. If we are to have some sort of award for that debit, I just thought that he was tremendous. And for an ECRC team that was 0-2, they really needed to win. And I mean, he came into the side, and yeah, I just keep hearing CJ's voice in my head, just saying he's playing some good rock, man.
Oh my gosh,
I don't know if that's gonna be a thing, but it is funny hearing those Australians say good rock in reference to Rocket League games. So
that's not even the
yeah.
person from Seattle that's so affiliated with OCE at this point. Hashtag bring back Blian.
Oh yeah, sure. But yeah, shout out Smashley, man, my player of the week, and yeah, the stats obviously show that he was tremendous and with scoring that many goals. So
he actually did it. He's actually player of the week. I don't think there's any other way really to say it at this point. Especially like I know we have per game and stuff like that, and also total points. But like whenever you're putting up those kind of numbers, it's hard to miss. Especially keeping Toad Death's numbers up as much as possible, especially in saves, because Smashley does like to cheat up a bit. Like he doesn't score those goals not for that reason of staying up. So you got to keep Toad back and able to cover everything, and Gojo as well. So they get to cover out a little bit more of the assists and saves category over here. Notably, Timber's Army, even through all of the strife of a 3-0 set with Rebellion, they still maintain a high number of categories here on this sheet, and I think that's honestly kind of indicative of how strong they are, even still after a bad series.
no, yeah, I mean Loy Boy too is all over the score sheet there. You have Nelly as well, occupying various different categories, and yeah, I mean that team again. We both have them power rank number 1, and so even in a loss, it's to be expected that they're going to be in some of these top 5 stats categories. So I don't think that one loss is going to determine their season, let alone their spots in these sorts of top 5 stats. So yeah, no surprise seeing the likes of TA all over the stat sheets.
One more thing before we go, I want to highlight El Matador, specifically Huey, having his name up on here, making the appearance. Literally made his appearance last week in that matchup against KC. So shout outs to him for getting up on the leaderboard, making his way into the top 5s. Hope to see him more here, at least as the season goes along. But that's a decision for you to decide as as the season goes along.
Yeah, and obviously with El Matador, you have literally zero idea of who is going to play. And being their team captain, I also have literally no idea who is going to play on any given series. It's a complete vibes thing. It's a complete I don't know. We stick by the Sunday League mantra with our team. So if you show up on game night and you're a part of El Matador, you will play. So that is kind of how we roll at EM. So yeah, that's kind of our MO. But good to see Kiwi in chat. Bear Blitz, good to see you as well. Pipe Shot Gogan did pop in as well. So I always want to shout out everybody in chat. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much more, Debit, in terms of the stats, unless you have anything else.
Now let's go for it. Let's go for the content that people came for, the one that exposes how much of frauds we are, or makes us look like, you know, studs of predictors or great observers. I don't even know what you want to call us at this point. I mean, I know some people are gonna call me Stephen P. Smith, but that's just how it goes these days. So
listen, I'm just excited for the power rankings slide that we have here this week, apparently. So
oh my gosh, that's right.
So I'm excited for that. The power of debit.
Are we back, chat? I need a confirmation.
It's just Debit's aura. Like, Debit's aura just caused the stream to have no audio, so.
Bro, whenever you put your power rankings on a Giant Eagle receipt, that's how you know there's power coming through this this Blue Yeti microphone.
Wait, do you actually have it on a receipt?
I'm not even. I shit you not. It's literally on here.
Leaking. Oh wait, the chat can't see that. Never mind. All right, sorry. Go ahead. Go.
Yeah.
I'm filibustering your power rankings, bro.
Nah, no, we're good. We're good. So it's time to get right to it. After all, the BS of that happening. So, in order of 1 to 7. Welcome to number 1, El Matador. You're back.
Hey.
You're back up on top. There's no other way to say it. That performance, especially with your squad last time, you gotta be up there. Although at number 2, you'd probably be wondering, who am I gonna put up here? This is where some controversy can happen, but I'm still gonna throw them up here. It's KC. They're still gonna go up here, because even going in a 5-game set against DM in that squad, that's a good result, all things considered. New to number 3, and I thought I'd never take him out of the number 4 spot. I'm gonna keep it real, guys. It's ECRC. They're going up in the 3rd spot.
Wow. Wait, so TA is not in your top 3? I mean, that's a hot take. I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, server issues be damned. ECRC are putting up the numbers that they gotta put up, and Rebellion on this kind of cracked energy that they have, I think it's worth putting ECRC up here.
Fair.
But yeah, it just to keep somewhat consistency over here. Timbers Army is 4th. Like, come on, that's still the 4th team. I still feel like there's that divide between 1 to 4 and 5 to 7. Unless some middle ground starts showing up between that 4, 5, 6 area, it's probably going to be those 4 for now. But coming in at number 5, there's a reason why Timbers Army is number 4, and it's this team, the Rebellion. They're going in at number 5, clearly showing that they have, the guts to remain in the Premier, like I thought they should over a team like us. They definitely know how to bring it on when they have to. Number 6 and 7, you can get. I don't even want to preface this. It's 6 and 7. It's not the worst thing in the world. They didn't even play last week, but locals, you're going at number 6. They get to go here in EC Eternal at number 7. Just haven't seen enough out of EC Eternal. I'm sorry, guys. Nothing else.
So let's see where your list differs from. Well, it differs quite a bit. I mean, that top 4 is completely different to how we have the current standing. So, I don't know,
well,
chat.
That's why I'm Stephen P. Smith for a reason.
I mean, chat. What do we think about Debit's list here? I mean, there's some hot takes here. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I think Timbers Army losing 1 series, putting them all the way down from 1 to 4 I think that's a hot take, man. It's a hot take.
Kinda, and just like Christmas saying you gotta take them fighting words back, dude, please do. I've been waiting for it. I'm high on you guys. Just haven't seen enough yet. I need to see it. I've seen you flip reset on my team last year.
Okay, well, I guess I'll throw mine in there so we can do some compare and contrasting, and I think there's no other team to start with than with El Matador. I think all bias aside, I think the lineups that we can roll out there, the different combinations, I think makes us a really strong team. And I think kind of last season you saw when EM kind of locked in and started to play consistent lineups in the playoffs. They kind of stepped up an extra level. One thing to add on the EM placement at number 1 is they do play Timbers Army this week, which I think is going to be a good indicator of where they are at. Obviously, last week they come off of a result beating the KC Cauldron, a KC Cauldron team who has been playing really, really good rock this season. So, I'll go EM number 1. And then at number 2, it still has to be Timbers Army. I know they got swept. I know that they didn't look that great against the Rebellion, but on paper, I still think that team is arguably the most talented team in the league, and so I'm not going to move them down any sort of a big number due to 1 series loss in which Polar was playing like LeBron James. And so I do have Timbers Army at number 2. At number 3, I do have the KC Cauldron. They obviously picked up their first loss of the season against EM. They lost in 5 and arguably could have won that series. And so no real big penalty for KC Cauldron. I think Serrano is playing tremendous ball. I think Serrano is a league MVP candidate. And I'm glad to see him back in SGL Debit. I know a lot of the time last season we didn't get to see him on the pitch, and it probably resulted in KC. It resulted in KC not making playoffs. If Serrano plays more Rocket League, that team will be a top contender. And so I do have KC at 3, and then at 4 I do have ECRC. I think they are out of all the teams here, I think that their forward trajectory is probably going to be the best with the addition of Smashley back in the lineup. Like I said earlier in the stream, he's been tremendous. And so a bit of a difference in our obviously in our 2 through 4 spot. I'm glad we do agree that EM is the best team. Of course, no bias here.
No bias whatsoever. Not even me. The one-time no MLS bias. Game invader, and I only went to an FC Dallas game.
Yeah, and so listen, I think the bottom 3, I'm gonna have to agree with you. So I apologize for being boring and copying Debit, but yeah, I have the Rebellion 5, Local 6, and I haven't, I've been on record of holding the most EC Eternal stock. I'm still holding that stock debit, but I think the stock price is pretty low right now. Okay, so if you do want to hop on the EC Eternal train with me, it's a good time to buy in for the stock. But I do think their stock is at an all-time low. And again, it's an early start to the season, so I still think Spanky, Christmas, and those boys are gonna be totally fine. But do please buy your EC Eternal stock, even though I do have them at number 7, given it is a low stock price. So, Debit, what say you about my list? Anything that you vehemently disagree with?
Man, maybe I just wanted to move ECRC out of a 4 spot one time because honestly, I do see the trend up. That's the only reason I really wanted to like push them up a bit further. Did it come at the sacrifice of Timber's army? Absolutely. Maybe it was just poor timing of it all. But even then, like, you could argue, even through both of our power rankings, that maybe CRC could go above Cauldron. Maybe Cauldron could be 4th. That's tough with a Game 5 like series loss to the best team. So, that's tough. That's tough.
I will say one thing though. I think that obviously one of ECRC's losses was against the KC Cauldron. But I do think, and again, the only reason I do have them power ranked ahead of ECRC is just given that result. But I do think if Smashley were to have played in that series, I think it would have been a completely different series. That ECRC team is still becoming accustomed to Howling Moon into that side, and so it was a bit of a learning curve for them in that series. And so I think if ECRC again, if they played that fixture today, they would probably win if Smashley's in the lineup. And I do think in the long run, Debit, Howling Moon's addition to ECRC will be a positive. It's just going to take time, Chemistry is a really big thing in our league, and breaking up a lineup of Smashley, Toad Death, and Gojo, no matter how good of a player you are, you're going to see some chemistry issues at the very beginning. So, yeah, the only reason why I do have ECRC below Cauldron is just the series result, and not really an indication of like if that series was played today, who I would like predict. So I just wanted to put that out there for the chatters and the viewers to contemplate.
That's understandable there. And last message before we move to championship. Yeah, buy the dip. That's what they all say, right? Because you know when the dip is at its lowest. So that I'm calling it. This is the lowest. There's no eighth place. Buy the dip.
Buy the dip. No relegation. Buy the dip. But yeah, chat. Of course, feel free to put your power rankings in Twitch chat, in the SGL discussions in the Discord. I always like seeing other people's opinions on our opinions, and then our opinions on y'all's opinions. So yeah, feel free to do that if you guys get a chance.
Sorry, I just finally opened up SGL discussion after a bit, and I saw your message about how Steel Army was cheating on the table just for the 93-point discussion earlier. So yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot of feedback from you guys here shortly.
But yeah, with that being said, Devitt, let's go to your league. Let's go to your league, man. I want to move on over to the SGL Championship, man.
Yeah, it's time for you to shine. Time for you to. I mean, I got my receipt here, so there's no copying off you. It's already set and ready to go.
No, fair enough, and I think there's no better place to start than with the number 1 spot, Devitt, which of course is going to be. Well, it has to be Steel Army, okay? There's no hot takes here. Steel Army is the number 1 team in the SGL Championship. I thought about, being cheeky and putting, BNG old timers, but you guys beat that team, and so I don't think that would be fair to have them above you, although they have been playing really good Rocket League. You did, well, yeah, because you're trolling and you're not a serious commentator. You are in your Skip Bayless arc right now. Listen,
oh my gosh.
You guys are the best team in the league. There's not much to say. 3-0. Yeah, you guys have played really good ball. At number 2, I'm also gonna go with the BNG Oldtimers. They are a team that I have said on record is the team that I think at the end of the season will be competing with you guys for the championship, and I think Mr. Plummer, he's been, if not the SGL Championship MVP, one of the people in the front running for that position. And so BNG Old Timers will be my number 2 team. At number 3, it's a toss-up between the 2 teams that are in the standings in that 3 and 4 spot. But I am going to go with EC Defiance just based on record. Los Verdes put up a very, very, very good performance against Steel Army. That was a tremendous Game 5 series. Palace was playing great. Devin, I thought, was a highlight in that series. But I'm going to give the edge to EC Defiance. They are, not only obviously with a better record, but I think that they are playing some good offensive Rocket League. And so, yeah, I'm going to have them at number 3. Los Verdes is basically 3A. They are in the 4th spot in the power rankings, but I think Los Verdes and EC Defiance are a complete toss-up in that series. They probably do occupy the best player if those 2 teams are to play in Palace. Yeah, not much separating those teams. I'm just going to go out based off of record and just kind of the offensive side of the game that I saw from EC Defiance in their Week 3 matchup. And then, yeah, EM Big Dogs, number 5, and Axon Rose SC, number 6. So it is a carbon copy of the league standings, which is actually kind of rare in terms of power rankings. So I do apologize for being boring, but this is just kind of the power rankings that I do see being correct. I will say one thing out of any of these teams. I think if Los Verdes play their best lineup every week, they will be higher up on this list. It just turns out that Palace 512 David, he just kind of doesn't play a lot of series, so he just needs to play more. So that's my list. Chat, Debit. Where did I go wrong on this list, Debit?
Oh, I don't like Bird Nana coming into chat right now, because that's my only disagreement as far as power rankings go. 1, 2, 5, and 6 are the exact same. There's no difference there whatsoever.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, nothing changes over there. We're still top for now. How about that? The 2 podcasters being on top of their own power rankings. That's crazy.
Not biased at all. Absolutely.
But 3 and 4, you gotta flip them. I'm sorry. I'm picking Los Verdes. That series alone. I know I had talks about like us being like not playing as well, because you saw me literally just jump for a ball and miss as it fell back down from the ceiling. Like we had some of those moments out there. But at the same time, they were just 50ing everything perfectly at that point. There was not a lot we were doing or could do to break out that easily in some aspects. And their defense was actually holding up quite well in a lot of instances, only to the point that it was just like Raisin Boy just kind of showed up at the last second and just kind of won it for us in that Game 5. Yeah. Already, man? Already, man? With the L's? Chill.
Yeah, L Debit. That's a terrible take, all right?
Where are the Austin people whenever you need them? Where's Arglass right now?
Listen, Devitt, at the end of the day, when these 2 teams played, the Seattle team ended up winning. That's all I'm going to say, all right? It doesn't matter that David was not playing in that series. They won the series. ECD won the series, so yeah.
Yeah, and that was a millennia ago.
Yeah, to L take, Devitt, I'm going to be honest. I'm with Bird Nana, okay? I think that you just keep down EC Defiance, and yeah, it's just going to, like, you know, it'll come back to haunt you, buddy.
Probably will, but you know, if I got to be the sacrificial lamb, it's gotta be. But yeah, I mean, most of it just kind of just shapes up to the rankings that it is. Like, whenever we were looking at power rankings for this, there's a lot of fluctuation we can go with the Premier, but Championship, it's kind of just lining up as is right now. Maybe we gotta see more games to get some variation compared to how the standings are lining up right now, but maybe the Championship was just seated right so far, or like they're just accurately reflecting our thoughts and feelings on the league, except for me, because apparently I can't rank the division I'm in. So thank you, Arglass, for agreeing to W me after I told you to.
Yeah, I obviously hate putting power rankings that are completely the same as the actual rankings, but I think in the championship, I just think that is, at least for me, and obviously your list is not too dissimilar, and so, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the championship's way more straightforward. And in the Premier, it's just you could argue for a variety of different teams being where they're at, and so yeah, I do apologize for the week 3 power rankings being a little boring for the championship side.
It may just end up being that way. Who knows? We'll keep it moving as we go along. But chat, that's our power rankings as of week 3. No week 4 action has happened this time around, so there's no week 3 game like Steel Army Los Verdes to potentially ruin the power rankings that we've given so far. So at least we have that going for us right now. But at least you'll get to see some week 4 action legit right after this podcast is done. So, but yeah, I think if all else, I think I know we've accrued some clips going on over here. I don't know how much we have set up though, but I know there was at least a couple out of.
I want to watch clips. Is there clips?
Do we have clips?
If we have clips, I do want to watch those. Clips are nice, all right. As an avid clip poster in the Discord, I appreciate when people post clips. So if you're clipping in ranked games or you're clipping in SGL, please post them in the Discord. I love watching the clips.
Holy mo- Are you looking at chat or the chat that we have for so far?
Wait, what happened? What's funny?
It's funny is because producer Mazza said we casually have 24 clips for this past week so far. Guys, I don't think we can get through that many.
Wait, can we watch them all? Fuck it, let's just watch it all. I'm down.
Can we?
I don't even know how long it would take.
You know what?
Although I do have to leave in 20 minutes, so that's probably like not enough time.
We could probably run through them.
Yeah, I'm down.
And then like quickly get to the cup draw, and then skip the casualness, go straight to the intermission of commentary to the new series.
Yeah, I'm down. Run it. Run the clips, man. Let's see what we got for this week.
All right, so maybe we won't get them all, but he's working on it right now in this background right now. I know we can trim this down a lot more, but good heavens, I did not foresee the amount of clips that we had.
24 clips is kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy, but hey, that means that the league's doing good stuff, Debit. So
who would have thought that we'd be doing good things in week 3? Yeah, this was just a blessed week.
No, seriously, it was. Yeah, it was tremendous week. What, a couple games? I almost said game 7. Jesus, so watching the major is screwed up with my ability to count numbers. But also, while we're at it, this is the week that the major just happened. So fuck KC and all those French people that support them because they are incredibly annoying on Reddit. So I just want to say that on stream. I hate KC. Okay. I hate KC, especially the KC fan in SGL named Palace512. Boo him, all right?
Yeah, for real. Okay. That's the kind of stuff that we're looking for over there. To boo that man.
Boo him, yes. Uh-oh, I think we're ready.
Oh, yeah, I think...
Wait, all right, I'm ready.
We killed a couple. So... Sorry if your clip ended up making through, but I think it's time to react. I think we're becoming react streamers now.
Hell yeah, Kai Sanat, let's go. Yo, Kai Sanat, if you're listening, you're more than welcome on this stream. So. Right,
oh shoot!
Oh, look who it is! Look who's first! Of course it's him. Oh no! What a play though from him to get up with like 12 boosts and beat the old man to the ball and Bear Blitz, and yeah, what a first clip.
Yeah, for real. I legit thought Bearwoods got, the touch on this one, or at least like on my screen at that point. But then it just went right in. We were just chilling from there. Oh no, the open net! No. Oh, thank goodness.
Brother. Yeah, tremendous game 1, and as you see, Debit on net, Palace saved. Okay.
Wait, how long is this clip? Are we still going? Is this the entire thing? Oh wait, do they win here? They do.
I think they do.
No.
Oh, that was a great save, by the way. Oh my God, we're just not scoring the ball. to the Austin FC side.
We lucked out hard on that one. Oh yeah, this is the
Kind of a
sequence.
tough,
Never mind. We don't get to see the overtime. I think they won that one, by the way. Oh yeah, they did.
We're in the attacking half, and this series, by the way, it obviously this is one of the series of the week, Dev. It was,
Thank goodness it was ours, because thank goodness I have a teammate like Bear just casually dribbling to the back wall, setting me up for prime real estate in front of net. Top bins.
On the nice aerial play there for his team.
Vintage Steel Army, Luis.
Awesome, man. I think yeah, and shout out Bear Blitz, by the way. He was tremendous, and yeah, the old man had a little bit of glue on the ball there on that last one, but yeah, he was doing good things.
They love that over there. Oh, save off the line. Wait, oh no, I couldn't get past him.
And we're seeing we're seeing Devin, excuse me. He was really good in the all series. Another great save there out of Palace, but
he wouldn't stop being a nuisance on offense and defense. And David was being such like a supplemental role. Oh, never mind. Here's where my teammate helps me again.
Just like that, Steel Army get into
yeah, this was a great double tap by you, and oh my God, Tulos Verdes. I don't remember when we were commentating that the Tulos Verdes players completely just. I don't know they got bumped or they just whiffed there, but
both of them went, but Bear Blitz bumped the crap out of. I forget who that was. Might have been Trigga at the time. Oh gosh. Okay. Dude, how did he get the angle on this?
Yeah, Trigga had yeah, for someone of his quality, I mean that's an SSL shot from him. I mean that's a great shot from Trigga. And that goal was really important, Debit, because it just felt like Los Verdes was not scoring in that game number 5. It felt like they were hitting the crossbar, the post, and yeah, Trigga got them on the board there. That was a really big goal for Los Verdes.
It was going so well up until that point. We just had to make it so interesting, as we're probably going to be viewing over here in this next clip. Oh no!
Oh my goodness! No way!
What happened here in the comms? I don't know if you remember what happened here when Raisin Boys didn't hit it. I mean, it was a big bang by David. Do you remember what happened here?
This was literally, he was going like, yeah, I got the second, and then he flipped, and he's like, shit, I don't. And then all of a sudden we were doing our other rotations, and it's over. Oh my gosh, this tying goal.
David, Palace.
Oh yeah, the tying goal with 4 seconds left. I mean,
that doesn't happen if Devin's not there on the wall either, so.
Oh, and then this is where I thought it was just a goal on commentary. I think I said it in commentary. I don't know why Raisin Boy's just sitting in the net there, but he knew way more than I did, and he foretold that ball was going towards his net. So great. Not the best save in the world in terms of mechanics, but that's all mental there from Raisin Boy. So.
Yeah, absolutely critical call by him just to go for that one. I can verify for a fact.
And then this is all about the pass here, right? I mean, this is all the pass. Bear Blitz could have easily shot that on goal, but the fact that he hit it back to you there, I mean, that's big brain stuff.
He called that too, so. And keeping in line with his desire to not shoot the ball in the net and pass the ball instead. Ah, shout out to him, for real.
And what a series that was. That was a tremendous series between you guys and Los Verdes.
Alright, enough with the glaze fest of my team. Time to get to a real series. EC Defiance Action. Oh! Shoot!
Oh, hell yeah. Lovely demo
over here.
Yeah, it's funny because obviously on y'all's screen you just see asterisks because I guess a goddamn delight is not allowed on Epic or Steam or something. But yeah, that was a tremendous play from them, and I believe that, yeah, this was the game in which Axe and Rose SC got their first points of the season. So yeah, they played tremendous.
Look at this physical play. They're just literally taking nothing or no prisoners whatsoever, and then getting these passing plays across. Dude, they're gearing up. Dude, look at that flick back.
Yeah,
kind of
another
awareness in the middle.
Another clip in which it's all about the pass. I mean, that pass was crazy, and yeah, I mean, a goddamn delight. Just you gotta when you have a pass like that, man, you gotta love that as an attacker, you know.
Get something. Hey, wait.
Oh no!
Oh.
Quick response.
It's unfortunate defending there in the end, but good heavens, what a bang from midfield.
Oh, and we're going on over to Mr. Plumber. I mean, the plumber was doing everything. Okay, this guy was a utility man of all utility mans. Nice beat. And then for an SGL Championship player to score a goal like that, I mean, that's big time.
Yeah, getting those doomsies out here, showing off what you can do. Open net miss over here. Touch? Oh no, do it to him. What an angle!
And Ponzi, man, I mean, he is somebody who I've only really seen play in the Fennec, but maybe Batmobile is the way to go. And yeah, Ponzi, we need more of that. All right, EM Big Dog, we need more of that. All right, because those have been few and far between for the EM Little Dogs.
Got more like big dogs over here reading? Wait a sec. Oh my gosh, what a save!
And I will spoil, because he is in the clip. Overtime Saint put in 2 hours today on the ring map, so he's grinding.
Oh
He's wanting
no,
to get
this is
better,
what I have to
Devin.
look forward to. Oh, hang on. Huey getting his first action here in the clips highlight. Look at
And by the
this,
way,
waiting for one. Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say Huey with balls of steel to just like fake that in the middle of the field. I mean that was tremendous, and I thought Huey and Kiwi in particular, those two guys were the best players in this series for EM. So great goal by Huey.
And I'll continue this conversation after we got over here. Game number 2. Oh my gosh, get dunked on, Mr. Kiwi.
Kiwi with a 50 to end all.
Yeah, funny story on this. When me and Caesar subbed in, I told Wicca, Huey, and Kiwi that everybody would get one more game in the series, but I was not doing math correctly, because by the time we got to Game 5, Kiwi didn't play another game in which he was supposed to. And speaking of Kiwi, I mean that was a crazy that was a crazy snipe, man. And I thought him and Huey were just so good.
Kiwi was the one that we didn't really see in this match. He really lit up the stat sheet, didn't really pass the eye test, but really showed off incredibly in this series. Didn't show off quite well in the latter game that he had. Whoa, what just happened? We are cycling through.
We're in the Marvel universe now. It's we're Doctor Stranging it here.
Yeah, we really are.
what a save! What a save by Kiwi there, and then Serrano!
No way.
All over the Cancun specialists and Caesar and Luis. We came into that series completely frozen, Deb, but I must say we didn't stretch our legs. The Cancun sunburn was no bueno for us.
Didn't do your leg raises or nothing like that. No valid stretching. Oh my gosh, hang on. This is the ECRC that I'm used to over here.
And this is exactly what I mean with Smashley on the field. Like, he just does shit like that. You know, just offering beautiful passes to his teammates. Like, that team, when he's on the field, those guys, they pass the ball to one another, okay?
Whoa, hang on a sec. It ain't even the holiday season anymore, but Christmas lighting up the net. Like, we never even left the late December period. Holy moly.
Yeah, and again, Christmas, one of the most mechanical players on that EC Eternal team, and so for those guys, we need more of that going forward. If they want to work their way up, not only the power rankings, but of course the rankings themselves. And yeah, no, great goal from Christmas, and a lot of great goals this week, Deb. But week 3 was action packed, and I think one of the things that the clips this week highlighted, Deb, was there was a lot of passing plays.
Yeah, for real. That's really
like.
showing. That's showing the magnitude of these teams. Like, they're really gelling into shape now. Because that's been like the theme of SGL. Like, at least when we're looking at it, like, over time, that's been the best performing teams that we've seen. The ones that are able to just sort of mesh together, keep the passing up, get the bump plays whenever needed. Yeah, like mechanics do one thing, but like if you guys aren't in sync, I swear, like there's just something about this league.
Yeah, and if I could give a little bit of advice to everybody here, and even my own team, if you can play more like the Rebellion and ECRC in terms of play style, you're gonna have a lot of success in SGL, right? I mean, those two teams, they have really good cohesive team play, and I think we saw it in some of the clips there, and especially in that ECRC series, like that was like peak team play that we've seen so far this season. So always like seeing that from teams, and yeah. Shorts reporting a
Gotcha.
crush. Apparently Polar has a crush on me, Debit. Thoughts?
Aww. Wait, hang on. There's a new player that has entered the field. A new challenger has approached.
Oh, he's a Blue Eyes enjoyer. Me as well. I do enjoy those, but the only redeeming trait that I do have. So good to see Triple C as well. Polar, good to see you guys in chat. I wish we had more clips from y'all series. Unfortunate that we don't really have any because Polar. I mean, we were watching Debit that stream. I mean, Polar had plenty of clips just by himself. Like he was just scoring some like tremendous goals that series against Timber's Army. So.
Not for real. I wish we did have more from that series. Unfortunate timing that it didn't work out, but we still have POVs to look back on every now and then. So if you do see player POV, definitely go check in on those streams. They are actually some of the more intriguing ones. Rydog, especially watching his movement. But Polar, I'm not gonna lie, you left your comms on, bro. Like this, that could be intercepted, bro. There was nothing else going.
I will say the Polar stream was funny because I watched his stream quite a bit anyways, and I went in there and it felt like it was just a regular Polar stream, just didn't really feel like it was anything different, and they were just having a good time. So that was awesome. Mayday, good to see you, first time chatter. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the SGL podcast. Appreciate you being here. And then one last thing on that series, I do want to mention while we are on the podcast, we need to get Timber's Army on the main broadcast. That is, I think, 2 straight weeks, or is it 3 straight weeks that they're not on the broadcast, just because of conflicting times. So hopefully this week hopefully we got them once so far. Okay, so two of the 3 games have not been on the main broadcast. So hopefully we can get them on the main broadcast because that team deserves it, just given how good mechanically and just a team in general they are. So.
Oh, 100%. Don't think we'll unfortunately have time for more clips, but we do gotta get to something before we break and get on. We gotta do the cup draw, the things that you have been looking forward to and voting on the past couple times. Waiting to see how your votes ended up tallying up, and we will be starting off with at least the Premier side first. We do have a 7-team bracket for y'all to look at. And we're going to, as you see, already one team getting placed over here. And there's a little bit of method to the madness, but not entirely. This cup tournament, as we have mentioned before, is going to be not your standard fare 3s. It's going to be a lot of variation in game modes. So... But yeah, without further ado, I think it's time we do one of our favorite things in SGL, and that is spin that wheel.
Yeah, the infamous wheel spinning for the in-house tournaments. So, yeah, and we should mention as well, Debit, the reason why EM is on there, given it is a 7-team league, given they were the winners of last season, they just get a first-round bye. So just wanted to point that out for anybody who had any questions on why one of the podcasters' teams is just automatically in the next round. So
it's cheating, it's scandal, investigations, executions. I don't know. All hell. It's time to look at this wheel. Oh, we had it briefly. Hang on,
the wheels
there
have
it
logos
is
on them. That's awesome.
I'm about to say, I wanted to admire.
All right, let's do it. Let's spin this wheel, baby. Let's get these teams in place. It's actually a cool wheel, man. Usually the wheels just have names, Debit, so this is a good change of pace.
No, for real. Our first team is the. Oh my gosh, my screen is so small I can't see.
ECRC,
But that
dude.
is, yeah.
It's ECRC, yeah.
Dude, my screen minimized. I'm sorry. I clicked out of something.
You're good, you're good. So ECRC first on the wheel there. And of course, Maz behind the scene running the wheel, running the stream, so we do appreciate that. So there they go. Can we spin again? And after we spin all of these teams, chat, you are going to see the finalized version of the bracket, so don't worry, they are being filled into the bracket as we are spinning. So Timbers Army off the board.
Oh, okay.
2 of the top 4 teams in the league, in my opinion, off the board.
Yeah, there we go. How about that? At least, we got the format for double wheel in. We got time to work with.
Yep. I'm just excited for the extra game modes, Debit. I need to see Drop Shot, Rumble, all the extra stuff in this tournament, man.
Not for real. And our next team is the locals over here. I believe we have some fans of both Drop Shot and Snow Day on that one. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that one ends up getting shaped up. Though there is one notable team that might like every game mode possible out there. So
Listen, there's an RN6 genius in this league, chat. So if you're playing that team, just remember that.
but it's not this one.
It's
as
not
we
this
get the
team,
Eternal.
Yeah. It
It'll
is
be
one
the
of the 2
Eternal.
main teams, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely a really solid team over here. I haven't really seen them in extra mode, so this will be like one of those showcases, at least on my end, for seeing this. And only 2 teams left to go. Who will be the team that wins that that Ford F-150 at the end of the NHL All-Star game selections?
Oh wait,
Well, it
this
looks
team,
like
this is the team, chat. This is the team that has the RN6 genius, bro.
yeah, watch out. He might like every game mode. I'm pretty sure he's been a Blizzard Wizard at one point. Hoops everywhere, likes Drop Shot. Yeah, but especially don't do Rumble with this team. But yeah, the Rebellion, last drawn by the wheel, maybe getting a favorable matchup depending on what extra mode they end up going with. But as soon as we get this preview up here, we'll be able to at least get the championship draw, or not the championship draw. I'm sorry, the premier bracket updated from there.
But yeah, appreciate.
Yeah.
I just want to say I appreciate everyone being here. And just a reminder, we do have more SGL action here coming up, literally within minutes. Debit's gonna be playing. He's gonna be playing EM Big Dog. So please stick around after we do finish up the SGL Championship draw as well. So looking forward to seeing how y'all series goes.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure they're dude, they were practicing rings before our series, bro. We're cooked.
Yep. Yeah, they were in the weight room, man. They're doing the pull-ups on the rings, man. So y'all better be ready, all right? They're trying to not be EM little dogs, okay? They got to live up to the big dog's name, because right now they are absolutely playing like little dogs. So
Man, are they gonna take offense to that one? I know we've been quite literally, I'm gonna use this, dogging on Ponzi for
Listen, Ponzi deserves it, okay? He again, he's been rotating his team. We disavow this on this podcast, so.
only slightly.
Oh, yeah, of course. But yeah. Damn, Arglass dropping a War 100.
Dude, are you an FC Dallas fan? What's going on?
I think he's an FC Dallas fan. I'm gonna be honest. I think he is. I think he's just an op within the Austin camp. I'm gonna be honest.
Just the role you pick on Discord
Yeah.
to get yourself into the server.
Yeah. He's honestly probably Arglass is one of those guys who's a fan of a different team who probably knows more about the team that you support than you do yourself. So
Yeah, I know he's got crazy knowledge on my team, even though they're USL, and he's following MLS like crazy. So
yeah, this guy's like the encyclopedia of like North American soccer. So But while we do wait for the bracket to get filled in here, Devitt, I mean, preview of y'all series. What's going on, bro?
That's a great question. I mean, I'm gonna keep a real chat. I got invited to the party with my teammates right now, and I've been forced against my will into playing competitive before an SGL match. So that's our warm-up method right now. If you're asking about rosters, we don't leak here. We don't leak.
Wow.
Let's just say you'll probably see a familiar 4 players. But yeah, no, I think this will be a good series overall. I think there'll be a good showcasing for all our players over here. I don't know who's all available for Big Dogs because they do have a lot of people on that roster. So I'm interested to see what sort of lineups they're throwing out.
I mean, listen, they're an EM team, so they're gonna have 1,000 people on their roster. So yeah, hopefully Ponzi does play a good lineup against the league leaders. So I'm hoping Overtime Saint is in there too, because Overtime Saint's been again putting in that work. So I want to see him on the field, running the show for the EM Big Dogs. So yeah, hopefully it's a good series. I mean, if I had to predict that, but you guys are gonna sweep that series. So if there's any, motivation for the EM Big Dogs, I'm hating again. All right, I'm hating on you guys. Y'all are getting swept by Steel Army, bro. But yeah, I don't know.
Put the comp game on stream, if only he could. But I will say we're winning 2-0 with a minute in so far. Oh, there's the best. That's a good clear.
And of course, if you have any questions, chat about anything, let us know. We made saw some questions from you in the chat. We are a soccer league for soccer fans, so we have all ranks. And if you are a fan of a North American team, that's how you join. And there we go, folks. On your screen, we do have the bracket all nice and neat for you guys. So some spicy first round matchups. We have a Seattle Timbers Army first round matchup and an ECRC taking on that T18, the locals versus EC Eternal, and then KC versus the Rebellion. So man, pretty stacked top quadrant there. You have the winner of ECRC versus Timbers Army is playing EM. So there is definitely a weaker quadrant of this bracket. So for ECRC, Timbers Army, and EM, not the bracket that they would have wished for, Devitt, but for the local,
good heavens! Thank goodness we have double elimination.
Yeah, thank you for double elim, because those are 3 of the top 4 teams in my estimation. Of course, in my power ranking as well. So, KC, man, they gotta like that bottom bracket. But the Rebellion, I mean, if the Rebellion play the way they played against Timbers Army, I mean, it's not going to be an easy first round matchup for a KC team who's been really good so far. So yeah, that is the Premier League Cup. Of course, we are doing a Gamers 8 format. If you want more information on that Gamers 8 format, it is in the Discord. So if you are familiar with, Gamers 8 as a esports competition, you'll be familiar with it. But if you do need any extra information on how that's going to work, it is in the Discord. Yeah, I think we're ready to go for the SGL Championship Cup. Let's spin the wheel.
Spin that wheel. Spin that wheel. Fall for it all. Let's go. Just how beautiful all the championship teams are. I love you all. And it looks like we're going to be seeing Los Verdes coming off the board first.
LV off the board first. Palace 5-1-2. The captain of that team, the talisman.
Next up to bat.
Uh-oh.
Looks a bit more akin. Oh my gosh. It's me, guys. It's my team. The Steel Army boys are off the board. And we love a good hockey game.
I think that's going to mean LV versus Steel Army in the first round, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll be crazy.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, apparently
Oh,
we are
wait,
being
wait.
informed that we are starting over. That is not the spinning of the wheel. That was fake. What you just saw is not real. The top 2 teams in the championship do get a bye. We are being informed by Maz himself, so we do apologize for that. Getting the wheel set up again. And of course, the top 2 teams from last season, that is, when we're coming up with these first round buys for the championship. And of course, the championship does have to have 2 first round buys because they only have 6 teams. So
That's just how the bracketology works. You know,
that's how the bracket math be bracketing. All right.
we're not doing like Smash free for alls where you got like three 1v1 matchups together and then it's just like a 1v1v1. Nah, that's insane. We can't be doing that.
I think one season we should do like the VGC like format where they do what is it, like 11 sets or whatever. I don't.
What
You know
the
what I'm talking about?
heck?
They do like 11 sets into like a bracket playoffs. I don't. Never mind. Sorry.
Is it like a pools or
I honestly don't remember. All I know is whatever Wolfie Glick says on his YouTube videos.
it sounds like
yeah.
round robin into like a bracket of some sort. That's insane work. But also I don't know how long Pokemon matches are, so
Yeah. I'm one of those VGC fans that only knows and follows the scene through Wolfie. So if Wolfie's playing, I am watching. If he is not playing, I am not watching. So, um, but but yeah,
so you're just an outside enjoyer.
Indeed, I'm an outside enjoyer of the VGC scene. Although I have a bunch of like friends IRL and over Discord that are very big VGC people, of course. I'm one of the very few rare breeds of Pokemon fans who still plays that game called Pokemon Go. Of course, Stebbit, you know this really well. In
What
the
a
year
trash game.
Yeah, in the year 2025, still playing Pokemon Go. So, yeah, I embrace the bullying. I understand that it is cringe. I mean, let's be honest, all right?
Yeah, it happens, you know. Still play the game. Probably have some like 50-year-olds that are still like the best at it with their 2 devices on them at all times. Battery packs. Fun fact: Smash tournament that I ran on Friday. There's a level 50 who usually attends. Our tournaments over there, and we did a Heatran, just the 2 of us. Didn't realize how weak Heatran actually was in a raid battle.
Yep.
At a casual level 43 and a 50 can cover it.
Can do it. Yeah, nice. Right for a Pokemon Go fan. Hell yeah. Hey, I'm still playing it, alright. It's it's got my heart, okay. And we've
He
got the
says this
bracket.
as he's in the game too.
Oh, true. He's literally playing a ranked game and typing in Twitch chat, which is probably not ideal, but here we go. These are the brackets for the championship. Steel Army in that top quadrant, Los Verdes in the bottom with the first round buys. And so all we have to do is spin the wheel for the other ones. So I think we're ready for the wheel.
Yep, time to spin that wheel. My favorite part. I hope this is updated because, good heavens, there's nothing as better feeling as spinning a wheel. In fact, get yourself a dry erase board wheel. It's one of the best purchases you can have.
Los Verdes, of course, get a bye because they are the same team. So they lucked out that they didn't make a change because I don't know if Los Verdes is going to be a team worthy of a bye. But they got it all right. But here we go. EM Big Dogs first up. So EM Big Dogs off the board.
What do we got next over here? We're going to be seeing the Defiance making their way onto the stage. That would be a really fun matchup to see over here.
Yeah, and then of course BNG Old Timers against Axe and Rose SC, I think.
Who gets to win the car, though? That's the bigger question. And it will be the Old Timers end up winning the Bridgestone Ford F-150. So congrats to them. They'll be coming in the mail to you soon. Axe and Rose, you are up next. B&G Old Timers, you are last. So as soon as we get, just a quick little update of that bracket, we can get the full picture showed to you here, and then we'll, ship this thing off. Good to go. Wrap it up all nice and clean, and we'll get some gameplay here for you shortly, because I think both teams are honestly just about ready. They're like listening to us like waffle so much at this point that they're like gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm currently playing in a United Rogue scrim while being in here, so I hope my teammates are okay with that. But yeah, of course we do have more SGL action as soon as we get the bracket up for you guys. Again, like Devitt just said, he's literally playing right now. So as soon as we're done here with the brackets, we're going straight in, and I think Maz will be commentating that match. I don't think we have any commentators lined up, unfortunately. So, please don't go anywhere. Go refill your beverage of choice, and get ready for some SGL Week 4 action.
Yeah, for real. It's gonna be a fun time over here. I know this will be an entertaining series. Because all we do is do entertaining series right now. I have to take away the tag from us as a boring team just because of that Los Verdes series alone this past week. So yeah, this will be fun, especially now they get to play another El Matador team, especially one that argues with Arglass so much and featured a 1v1 earlier. So I gotta see how the upgrade went.
Yeah, check general chat in SGL, folks. We did have Playboy Farty of EM Big Dogs play Arglass of Los Verdes. Two adversaries, both in terms of real football and in real life. It feels like they went ahead and played some 1v1s, in which I'm happy to report that the FC Dallas man, I believe, came out on top each time. So shout out to Playboy Farty if he's in chat. Oh, Arglass said, by the way, that the people who won the wheel spin can win the Toyota trucks that are sitting in the FC Dallas parking lot on the north end of the stadium. So that is totally A-okay with me.
Get them out of here kind of deal.
Yeah. I mean, hey, the
Oh, there we
renovations
go.
are happening, so I mean that works for me. And there we go. That's the bracket debit.
Nice and shiny for you all. We get to view this over here as you see EM Big Dogs playing the EC Defiance Battle of the E's, as we have Axe and Rose, sorry, not Axe and Gold. I'm combining the two teams now. Going up against the Black and Gold Old Timers. That'll be interesting because they'll be starting to develop during that time. So maybe we'll see a little bit more of Axe and Rose here. So I think it should be a fun series overall. And as stated, we do have double elim through this all, so don't be sad if your favorite team or yourself loses in that first round. Lots of more chances to work with. I say lots, but it's literally only one. So make the most of it. Have fun with these extra modes that we got going on. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the Cup.
Yeah, and of course, appreciate Maz behind the scenes doing all the spinning of the wheel stuff. But Devitt, I have to run. You have to run. You have a game, and I just want to say thank you to everybody for being here for the SGL podcast. And of course, please stick around. We have some more SGL Championship action coming up shortly. And I don't know if we're gonna roll straight up into the game, but yeah.
We'll take a quick little intermission for just production and everything. But yeah, just keep the tab open, keep the sound on. We'll be back real shortly.